Hello, everyone! In this video, I'm going to explain Sonnet 1 for 2 by William Shakespeare in very simple and easy English. But before we start, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support more videos about Shakespeare and classic poetry. Now first, let's understand the background of this sonnet. In this poem, the speaker, who is deeply in love, is talking to the woman he loves. But the problem is that she does not love him back. Even worse, she looks at him like he's done something wrong, even though she herself is not innocent either. This sonnet is about hurt, unfair judgment, and deep love that is not returned. The speaker feels like he's being blamed for loving her, while she does the same kinds of things in love. Let's now go line by line in a simple way. Let's start at line by line. Love is my sin, and thy dear virtue hate. It is the beginning line, and Shakespeare starts by saying, "My biggest sin is that I love you." He says that the woman he loves is known for being good and pure, but she hates him for loving her. So he feels guilty and ashamed just for loving someone who doesn't accept his feelings. He sees love as a sin here because it brings him pain and rejection. In simple words, you can say, it means that his love is a sin because her virtue makes her hate him. And then says, hate of my sin, grounded on sinful loving. In this line, he tells her that her hate for his love is not fair, because she is also involved in love that is not perfect or innocent. In other words, it means that the woman hates him because she thinks loving her is a sin. But he explains that this sin is actually based on love, which is also not perfect or pure. So he's saying she is upset with him for loving her. But that love itself is not totally good or bad. It's kind of mixed up. He wants to show that both of them have feelings that are complicated, and it's not fair for her to hate him just for loving her. Oh, but with mine compare thou thine own state. Here, he asks her to compare her actions with his. He wants her to stop pretending to be better than him and honestly look at both their actions. He believes if she does this, she will realize that she is just like him when it comes to love. In simple words, you can say that it means that he is asking the woman to compare her situation with his. He wants her to look at her own feelings and behavior and see how they measure up against his. In simple words, he's saying, look at how I feel and act, and then look at yourself. He wants her to realize that maybe she isn't perfect either, and that she shouldn't judge him so harshly. And thou shalt find it merits not reproving. He says, if you truly compare us, you will see that I don't deserve to be blamed. My love may not be perfect, but it's real. So don't act like I'm the only one who's done something wrong. You are not innocent either. Simply, he is saying that when she compares her own behavior to his, she will see that her actions are not perfect either. So she shouldn't blame or criticize him. The word reproving means blame or criticize. Simply put, he's telling her, when you look at yourself, you'll see you don't have the right to scold me. And then says, or if it do not from those lips of thine. Here, Shakespeare is saying that even if your behavior deserves blame or criticism, that blame should not come from you, especially not from your own lips or your own mouth. The word lips here means the words you speak. He's basically telling the person, if you think I'm wrong, don't say it yourself because your own actions are worse. This line shows how the speaker feels. The beloved is being unfair or hypocritical by criticizing him, when she herself is guilty of similar or worse things. It's like saying, you can't judge me when your own words and actions aren't perfect. So Shakespeare is asking for fairness and honesty before being judged by the one who also makes mistakes that have profaned their scarlet ornaments. Now he describes her lips again, but he calls them scarlet ornaments. Scarlet means bright red, So he's describing her lips as something beautiful and attractive, like a decoration or jewel. But then he says these lips have been profaned, which means they have been spoiled or treated disrespectfully. In other words, instead of being pure and special, her lips have been used wrongly, maybe by lying, breaking promises, or being unfaithful. So Shakespeare is saying that her beautiful lips, which should be honored, have been made dirty or dishonored by bad actions. This shows the speaker's feeling of hurt and betrayal, because she hasn't kept her words or love true, and sealed false bonds of love as oft as mine. In this line, Shakespeare talks about the beloved's lips again, saying they have sealed false bonds of love. To seal means to officially close or promise something, like putting a stamp on a letter. False bonds of love means promises of love that aren't true or honest. So, Shakespeare is saying that her lips have often made fake promises of love, just like the speaker has done. The phrase "as oft as mine" means just as many times as I have. This shows that both the speaker and the beloved have been unfaithful or dishonest in love. It's like they both have broken promises and lied in their relationships. This line admits that the speaker himself is not innocent, but he points out that she has done the same thing many times, and then says, "robbed others' beds' revenues of their rents." This line uses a strong image. He says she has taken pleasure or love from people who were already in relationships, like stealing something from someone else's bed. In short, she has been with people who were not really hers to love. So, again, she is not innocent and should not judge him. Be it lawful I love thee as thou lovest those. Here, Shakespeare is asking a very important question. Is it allowed for him to love the woman the same way she loves other people? He notices that she gives her attention and affection freely to others, almost like she has many admirers, so he wonders if it is wrong for him to love her back in the same way, with the same kind of feeling. The word lawful means allowed or permitted, so Shakespeare is asking if his love is fair or justified when compared to the way she loves others. This line shows his insecurity and confusion about his own feelings and her behavior. Whom thine eyes woo as mine importune thee? In this line, Shakespeare contrasts how the woman behaves with others versus with him. He says that her eyes woo or flirt with others easily. Her eyes are like little messengers that try to attract or charm those other people. But with him, it's the opposite. He has to importune her, which means he has to keep asking, begging, or pleading for her love and attention. This shows a painful imbalance. She is giving attention to others, naturally and effortlessly, while he has to struggle and work hard just to get her notice. It highlights his feeling of being ignored or undervalued. Root pity in thy heart that when it grows. Now Shakespeare asks the woman to plant a seed of pity, kindness, and understanding in her heart. The word root here means to plant or fix something deeply, like planting a tree's roots so it grows strong. He hopes that if she starts feeling sympathy or care for him, that feeling will grow bigger and stronger over time. This shows that he is not just asking for love, but for a soft feeling of compassion that can develop naturally in her heart. It also implies that pity or kindness can lead to something more meaningful. And then says, "Thy pity may deserve to pitied be." This is a thoughtful and gentle way of saying that if her pity grows strong enough, then even her pity will deserve kindness and care in return. In other words, if she can truly feel sympathy for him, that feeling itself is valuable and should be treated with respect. Shakespeare is suggesting a kind of emotional fairness. When she shows pity, she should also be understood and helped in return. This line reflects the idea that feelings work in cycles. If you give sympathy, you should also be ready to receive it. If thou dost seek to have what thou dost hide, Here, Shakespeare offers a warning. He says that if she wants something, maybe love, honesty, or trust, but keeps it hidden or secret, then she might never get it. The phrase, seek to have what thou dost hide, means trying to get or keep something that you don't openly show or admit to wanting. This could refer to her true feelings, desires, or intentions. Shakespeare warns that hiding important things causes confusion and makes it hard for anyone to give her what she wants. By self-example mayst thou be denied. In this final line, he says that because of her own behavior, her hiding and secretiveness, she might cause herself to be rejected or refused. The phrase by self-example means her own actions set the pattern, or example that leads to this result. Basically, if she doesn't openly share what she wants, she risks losing it because of her own choices. It's like she is unknowingly blocking herself from getting what she desires. This line is a gentle but serious reminder that honesty and openness are important in love. I hope you understood this simple explanation of Sonnet 142. If you liked this, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more easy and emotional explanations of Shakespeare's sonnets. Thank you so much for watching.